resonate, get better over time. Heard you say I'm not the finest bitch you like. That I'm out here getting booze, gotta blame it on my goose, gotta blame it on my juice, baby. It ain't my fault that I'm out here making news. I'm the pudding in the proof, gotta blame it on my juice. Hey, hey. Juice.
Rising, ramen is getting low. According to our sources, the streets the place to go. Just the night for the first time, just about half-past 10. For the first time in history, it's gonna start raining men. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna let myself get absolutely soaking wet.
I don't know who that is.
It's raining men.
No.
Hallelujah, it's raining men.
I mean, I did.
Every specimen.
Oh, I never watched David Letterman.
Darling.
I wasn't a letterhead. I didn't like Leno either. I like Johnny Carson, but then I was like, oh, he's like, he had the best timing out of all of them, though. I was like,
Welcome to the Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for Warm Takes. Please welcome to the stage one of your hosts, Corey Behringer.
Hey, hello, audience, which some of you technically are.
yes.
Yes, I love this. So yeah, this is Warm Takes. This is the improvised stand-up show, longest running improvised stand-up show in
running.
Sacramento. Because who's going to tell me it isn't?
Me.
Right?
No, I won't.
No, you're not. They're not going to tell me that.
I'm all
because
challenged.
of course it is. It has to be because there's no other. So by default, which is the sweetest victory of all, is default. But yeah, absolutely. Anyway, this is Warm Takes. This is the improvised stand-up show. What's going to happen is Emma and I have booked some of our favorite local comics. They're going to come up here. They're going to tell some of their jokes that they've worked on. You know, they've really honed get all the kinks out, and then after they've done like a minute or so of that, we're going to throw caution to the wind, which is the best place to throw caution. And we're going to let them riff about random topics that we're going to throw at them. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to demonstrate a little bit of that for you. First, I'm going to stumble through some half-assed premises because I don't like open mics. So this is my open mic.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to try some little bits, and then Emma's going to give me some random topics to riff on. So... yeah, let's just do this. I'm here. I'm queer. I'm full of spaghetti. I'm ready to just have a good time. Do you guys ever fantasize about being in a famous rock and roll band? I do. Specifically, the famous rock and roll band Van Halen. If you're not familiar, Van Halen has the song "Hot for Teacher." which is about a bunch of school kids who want desperately to have sex with an adult woman. And presumably does. I think they probably do in the song. And if I was in the famous rock and roll band Van Halen, the first thing I would do is suggest that we change the name of that song to Horny for Teacher. And then they'd probably say, well, Corey, that's a great idea, except it's one syllable too much. It throws off the whole rhythm. And then I'd quit the band because I believe in truth in art. And those people are horny for teacher. They're not just hot for teacher. Very horny children. Mm-hmm. If you get nothing else from my set, know that I am very passionate about horny children.
Ooh,
no. Let's backpedal. Let's not pedal forward.
Let's button it up.
Let's button it up. No. Let's see. Oh, I have a new impression that I've been working on. Can I show you my new impression? Okay. This is my impression of Nicole Kidman. Ooh. Yes, Nicole Kidman. Okay. Hi, I'm Nicole Kidman. You probably don't recognize me without all the fancy Hollywood makeup, but when I'm not making blockbusters, this is what I look like. Anyway, I just want to address some rumors that I like to eat bugs. I do not like to eat bugs. I assure you that every bug I have ever eaten personally wronged me or my family in a way that I found unforgivable. Anyway, I hope this clears the air. Keep it Kidman. That was my impression of Nicole Kidman. Thank you. I've really been working on that one, too. I think it shows.
I think Keep It Kidman needs to get tweeted to her.
I think so, as well. Let's blast this. Blast this, Internet. With my picture. Obviously accompany that. Because I look exactly like Nicole Kidman. Precisely. Yeah, without makeup. That was the tag it needed. You could probably tell this about me, but I smell pretty good. Yeah. I smell pretty good. My wife said that I should have a signature smell, apart from the one that my body makes every day for free. So what she did was she ordered this multi-pack of sample scents from a perfume company she likes. And then we did a blind sniff test so I could determine which one really spoke to my soul, and I found one. And after I found it, we looked at all the names of the scents to find out which one, the big reveal, and all of the scents had these fancy French names with a bunch of le's and jus kind of names, except for the one that I picked, which is called Fat Electrician. What does that say? What does that say about me? I don't know what that says about me, but I will tell you that I'm flattered as hell that a perfume thinks I can fix anything. I'm pleased as punch about that. I think, Have you had much experience with that? I am one. You are one. Oh, well, that's my demo. Y'all met my demo. Let's riff a little bit.
Let's riff.
Yeah.
Did Nicole Kidman eat bugs?
She did. She did eat bugs.
Where did you find this out?
TikTok, of course. I watched a video of Nicole Kidman eating some bugs, and I was inspired to make that impression. No, but she's eaten because this is a thing, in other cultures. I don't want to degrade any other culture for eating bugs because it's a delicacy in many cultures. And so she was eating expensive bugs. It was a rich person thing. It was not. She wasn't just grabbing some grubs out of the dirt and eating. No. She was seated at a table in a studio and talking about the fancy bugs that she was eating. And I was offended just out of class war, basically, of just fuck you. Oh, no, you're just eating bugs and smearing that in my face as a poor person? That was my takeaway from Nicole Kidman eating bugs.
So if you were a millionaire and you weren't into eating bugs, what would you spend your money on?
What would I spend my money on? Probably mostly vintage clown art. Yeah. I would have more vintage clown art than I already do.
I've seen the pictures.
Yeah, I have a very modest collection with my wife of clown art. But I would like more of it. I'd like maybe some original red skeletons. That'd be cool.
Is that an artist?
Red Skelton was a
Oh,
comedian.
I thought you said Red Skeleton.
No,
I'm like, is that
no,
the kind
no.
of art you
No, it was
want?
the comic from yesteryear.
Oh.
But he would paint clowns, specifically tramp clowns, like a hobo clown, which are my favorite clowns. Big fan of that. My favorite thing about a hobo clown is their red nose, because it's not just like a red nose with other, like a white face clown, which we're allowed to say. We can say white face. That's that one's been cleared. That one has nothing really attached to it. White face clown is okay, but a white face clown has the big bulbous red nose, like honk. Not a tramp. Tramp just has the red painted on because it's supposed to simulate the red nose of an alcoholic. He's an alcoholic who's just wandering the streets with the red nose. I love that.
Yeah.
I love problems.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Where'd you get all your clown knowledge from?
I mean, a little bit of everything, I suppose. I mean, I just grew up around family that liked old showbiz, so that was just kind of always around. But then, by the time I was 12 or so, I had internet access, so, I was always wikiing clown lore.
Clown lore.
Yes, I find it fascinating.
Yeah. Instead of porn, you were just looking up tramp clowns.
No, in addition to porn.
Yeah, okay. Thank God you had a healthy childhood.
No. I understand you're the only pre-sales, but I mean, I feel like we can be a little less familiar.
All right, here's an easy one.
Okay.
Softball pitch.
Love it.
Paper or plastic?
Paper or plastic?
Mhm.
Always plastic, and my wife resents me for it. I love a plastic bag because it's stronger. I can trust it more. Maybe it speaks to my trust issues, but I don't trust a paper bag when we're walking home, because we'll usually walk home with the stuff because we live across the street from one. No, I like the plastic bag because we also reuse them. Any grocery bag becomes a toilet, garbage bag. So, and I feel like I've earned it. I've earned the plastic.
You've earned the plastic.
I work hard. I work hard for my money.
How do you?
Yeah.
Do people have to earn the plastic bag?
Well, I think it's that they earn it with hard work as well as just being a good person that's putting good vibes out into the world. I think it balances out that I'm destroying the trees.
Yeah.
Because I'm also bringing life and joy into the world.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think anyway.
I think that too.
Yeah.
But
I love just spreading that wisdom, because I feel like we should all be fine with plastic at this point, because there's plenty of horrible things that get thrown into the ocean that we probably could avoid, but I don't think that having a plastic bag for your groceries is contributing to that in the same way. I don't know. Maybe I'm up here to get canceled tonight.
maybe. I know. That's
I know.
almost strike 3.
I know. I guess so. Yeah. Let's riff on one more thing.
One more thing. Oof. Chunky or smooth peanut
You've
butter?
given this to me probably 4 different
Because I don't
times
believe you.
in the span of doing this show. How long have we been doing this show, by the way?
Couple years.
No, so much more than a couple years.
3
Are you kidding me?
years.
No, it's been more than 3 years.
Has
Jesse would
it?
probably know. I feel like, I think it's about 4 years. And I think you've
Whoops.
given me chunky or smooth at least 4 times.
Do you want a new one?
Yes, of course I want to do one. Why would I want to
Okay.
riff on the same thing?
Oh my God. What's your favorite jam?
Jam, blackberry all the way. I love a
Okay.
blackberry jam. I love blackberry anything, especially the home run fruit pies. You guys did you grow up with the home run fruit pies? They used to be so cheap. I feel so old saying that, but I was at the store the other day and there was one for like nearly $2, and that was like the cheap special thing that we could have when we were little because they were like 50 cents, and now they're just Biden. Biden. No.
Give it up for Corey, everybody.
Yeah. And keep that going for your next comic. The very funny Maddie Nishimi.
I'm here and I'm the right height for the mic stand. Thank you. I'm gonna do jokes now. Not that many because I don't feel like it and because I'm not that funny. I'm gonna start dark and we're gonna work our way back up if you hate me, okay? I think kids that die have it too easy getting into heaven. It's not fair. the kid that I aborted gets to go is judged at the same scale as me. That's not fair. She didn't have the opportunity to shoplift. I took that away from her. Yeah, this is what happens when it's an audience of 5 people. And also Corey leaves. So what if I just was like, I want to riff right now, and then he doesn't even know because he's not in the room. Horrible host. I hope Twitch likes this. So I'm not religious. Maybe you could tell by that first bit. It's not that I don't believe in a higher power. I think that's a nice idea. My problem with religions is that they all have an afterlife, and I don't want there to be one. I am going to be so pissed if after I hit the pavement, even if I wake up in heaven, or Jewish heaven, or the place with the 72 virgins, my first thought is still gonna be, fuck! There's more? Okay, Jesus Christ, we can do this. Is there a halftime show? Is it Tupac? No, he's still alive. That's a bummer. It's a bummer that we didn't know. It's not a bummer that he's alive. We all want him to be alive in the Illuminati's headquarters or whatever. I don't know things about that. I don't have a punchline for this. It's just something I've been thinking about, but clearly this doesn't matter, so I'm gonna do it anyway, okay? So I think it's morally correct for us to slut-shame men. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. I'm very into Marvel. Maybe you could tell by everything about me. And I follow them on Instagram, these people. And every time one of them posts a shirtless pic, I send it to my sister and I go, look at this slut. And it fills me with such joy to just call, like, Simu Liu and Chris Hemsworth sluts. Because they don't know. They don't know that I'm calling them a slut, but they are one. Okay, I'm done.
You want her riff now?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk about horseback riding.
One time I went horseback riding. It was like the first I had gotten drunk, like the first time in my life.
God.
Yeah, I was on vacation. So I got drunk for the first time in my life. I was hungover for the first time in my life, and it was like we had like a thing to do that day, and that was horseback riding. And I went, and I was like, I'm never gonna go anywhere near a horse again. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And I kept thinking, like, you're gonna throw up on this horse, and then the horse is gonna be like pissed off at you for throwing up. Like, I mean, like, I don't know if the horse knows, but I feel like it would be like, I can smell that you just did something to me, and then it would be pissed off. And then it would like kick me off or whatever. I don't know how horses work. How do you take care of a horse?
With lots of money.
With money?
Okay.
Okay.
So much money.
Yeah, you know what? I remember like a couple months into the pandemic, Kim Kardashian like tweeted this picture of her. They were like, I don't know how to pronounce it, but they were weird fancy horses with hair. And she was like, look at our fancy horses. We have 20 of them on our ranch. And everyone was like, people are dying.
Yeah.
This is not the time for you and your fancy horses. Do you know what those horses are called with the hair?
Shetland? Or
What?
Probably Clydesdales.
Okay,
It was probably
sure.
Clydesdales.
Yeah, they have, like-
those are the
like-
ones like from the Budweiser commercials.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have hair. and
They're
you're like-
gorgeous. Those
They
are
are.
gorgeous
They were
horses.
very pretty horses, but I was like, now is not the time, Kim Kardashian.
Now is the time to put those horses
Yeah,
down.
exactly. And or use the what was the thing, ivermectin that they were saying was they did that
Steal
for-
all of Kim Kardashian's ivermectin.
Yeah, steal all her ivermectin, get rid of the virus, put down her horses.
Let's play on the same theme there.
Okay.
Talk about the rodeo.
The rodeo.
I want to know your warm takes on the rodeo.
I want you to guess whether I've ever been to a rodeo.
I'm gonna be surprised if you have been, but I want to be surprised. Have you been to a rodeo?
I have been to a
think you have.
rodeo.
Yeah.
I have been to a rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
I was young. I don't remember a lot about it. I just remember liking the rodeo clowns.
Sure.
That was kind of like the whole thing I liked, which is interesting because now as an adult, I hate clowns. And when you were up here talking about clowns, I was like, why do you
Just
like
crawling
clowns?
in your skin.
They're horribly terrifying. And like, I don't have a problem with it. Like, that's fine with me. But like, if I like a sad clown, that image, not for me. That makes me
Those
so
are the
upset.
best.
No, they're like, this is like the clown that would murder you because it's sad. Like the happy clowns, it's like, okay, go entertain a child. But the sad ones, it's like something happened, and there's trauma behind that paint.
Talk about scuba diving.
Oh man, I really wanted to learn how to do that, but I don't know what the bends is. I have no clue what it is, but I know you can get it.
You just know you don't want it.
I
want
know
no
it's
part
like
of
a
that
thing
shit.
that happens during scuba diving. I don't know what it means, so I'm just afraid of it because I'm like, what if it's something horrible? Like, what if your head pops off? I don't know. I don't even know how to spell it to look it up. Bends, is that like bend with an S?
It's exactly
Yes,
what it's like.
that's
yes.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm gonna have to Google it when I'm done and be like, maybe I shouldn't be afraid.
I only know
No?
that. Yeah.
What is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, but what happens to you? Let's all go into a. So you die? That sounds like you would die.
You can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna go scuba diving. I'm not gonna get the license.
Let's hear about.
Okay, so really I should just like swim around the surface. Oh yeah, they scuba divers have those fancy watches. Yeah,
Mhm.
I know things, just not with the Benzes.
Talk about hitchhiking.
Oh, that's just a way to die. That's just how you.
Yeah.
Have you hitchhiked?
No, never.
No.
Look at me. No.
I don't know. I feel like you've lived a crazy life. Like,
I most certainly have not.
Okay. yeah, that also makes sense. But I also feel like you could have like gone like I know you were you alive in the 70s? I feel like you could have.
Oh my God.
I don't know
Maddie.
time. But like
Jesus
I
fucking
feel like
Christ.
in the 70s you could like if you were
Was I
if you were-
alive in the 70s?
If you were 20 in the 70s, you would have been insane. You would have been crazy.
I gotta move on.
I don't fucking.
Oh
Do you
my
know how
God.
bad I am at math? I am
This is
so
not
bad at
math.
math. Yes,
This
it is.
This is looking at
Let
me.
me think about
and
that.
thinking I could
Hold on, I'm
possibly
trying to
be
think
that
how-
old.
You would have to be 50.
I'm about to turn 31 years
No,
old.
you'd have to be older than that.
I'm about.
Oh Jesus
I'm
Christ!
gonna be
To be-
31 on
to
the
be alive
19th.
in the if you were 20, but to be alive in the 70s, you would be. Okay.
This riff is
We all
bumming me
learned
out.
about math today.
This riff is just bumming me out too much. Let's
You're
just
just
move
sad
on.
that I'm bad at math.
Let's just no. What's something you're good at that most people maybe don't know about?
I talk in a Russian accent to myself. I also
Oh.
my favorite thing.
But are you good at it?
I do a Russian accent. I do
yeah,
good.
it's pretty good. That's a pretty good.
But the other thing that I'm really proud of myself for being able to do is I can take my bra off without taking my shirt off.
That is impressive.
Yeah, it's a great skill.
Yeah.
Because taking off your shirt and putting it back on, so much work sometimes. Absolutely too much work. But I don't want this thing on. I don't want it on right now. But if I don't have it on, I'll sweat and there'll be these cute little stains.
What's a fun fact about your parents?
They're not that fun.
Oh, but there's got to be a fun fact. Or it could be a devastating fact. I don't
I'm
care.
trying to think of like family history fun fact. I don't know. One time, my mom's brother, my uncle, he got hit. His car got hit by a guy who was on the phone.
Nope.
So he went and he opened the guy's door and he took the phone and just threw it in the street.
Wow, that's like Collision Batman.
Yeah.
Justice. All right, last one.
Okay.
Let's see. What would you do right now with $75?
75.
Yeah, specifically $75.
70
Like what's
that's
what's Maddie going crazy with $75?
$75 is not like I mean like that's
It's just burning a hole through your pocket right now in
like
this
I
scenario.
have to get rid of
you
it.
have to get rid of
like
it exactly.
right now.
Well, yeah, like in
Or like in the
driving
next
distance.
day. In
no,
driving-
like in
okay.
driving distance. Like, what are you doing right now? If I'm gonna hand you $75, you're gonna walk out.
I'm
that
gonna
door.
go get some food and then I'm gonna put the rest of it onto my Amazon account.
Not an option.
Not
you gotta
an option.
spend it all.
I have
want
to spend
you to spend
$75.
Yes.
Like it's like 9:00 on a Sunday.
Yeah. What do you?
So there's nothing open. I can go to like the 24-hour Safeway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll just buy groceries for the week. That's
we
a
go.
great plan for me. That's economical.
And hilarious. Maddie Hashimi, everybody. Keep that going for your next comic. M. Clemens.
I'm also tall. All right. Who here has been cheated on? Ooh, okay, yeah, it's fun. It's a good one. I recommend it because it's the funniest thing that'll ever happen to you as long as it's been about 13 years. Like it's like a reverse statute of limitations. The longer it's been, the funnier it gets. This is not a story about my husband, although that would be funny if I had like waited and I was just gonna like tell all of you right now that he was the one. But no, this was in high school, and my high school boyfriend went to orchestra camp, and I convinced my mom to drive me 3 hours to Pebble Beach to surprise him at his concert, where he introduced me to his ex-girlfriend and his ex-girlfriend's twin sister, who were both also at this week-long sleepaway band camp. I bet all of you know what happened because you've seen TV, but I did not know. I was like, oh, it's so good to meet you. I don't have trust issues yet. So we hung out. I went home. He broke up with me. Several months later, I was like, I wonder what happened. He seemed like such a good guy. But then my school, it was like a Catholic school, and so we went on these creepy retreats where they like wear you down to make you love Jesus more. So they break you into small groups. They don't let you sleep, and they turn off all the lights, and it's like just candlelight. And they're like, tell us all your secrets. Like, what happened to you? And so it's just very tiring and very weird. But at the end of it, all of the people who have previously gone on this Kairos retreat wait for you, and they form like a sports tunnel that you like go through, and everybody cheers. And that was the time that my ex pulled me aside, and he was like, so I have to tell you something. I thought that this would be the best way to tell you because you've just seen the light of Kairos. And so I know that you'll understand. Like, all right, man, hit me. What? I did sleep with my ex-girlfriend at band camp. Oh, ow. And her twin sister. But don't worry, it wasn't my fault. I couldn't control it. It was because I had undiagnosed diabetes. It's like, I have several questions, but like, you know how when you have low blood sugar, you just have to put your dick in something? It's the number one symptom. It's like better than an insulin shot. You get to also shoot your load. Like it's a combo deal to fix your blood sugar. I don't know. There's not really a point to that other than I did feel vindicated that he didn't actually get like the dream threesome with his ex and the twin because he made the mistake of like separating them, and he slept with them individually and didn't like clear it with the other one. So then they were both mad at him, and like he could not parlay that into future gains. So I don't know. Who was really the wrong party here, me or him? I don't know. Let's riff.
You ready to riff? Oh man, what's the best Wi-Fi name you've ever seen?
Oh, best Wi-Fi name. I don't know. We've never had good ones.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, we are going to talk about our problems. What were our good ones? I don't know. We usually name ours after like John Mulaney jokes.
Oh,
So we'll
okay.
say like, what's new, pussycat? And then, I don't know. That's,
I'm new in town.
yeah, I'm new in town and it gets better. No. That's it.
That's it?
I don't have, yeah, what's your Wi-Fi password in case I need
The
it?
password?
Yeah, the
That's,
password.
first of all, that's private, and I'm never gonna tell you. But
Fine.
it's shh. See, Michelle doesn't even know it. I typed it in. Oh, you know it? Oh yeah, that's
Oh.
right.
But you didn't like develop it together? Like you didn't
No.
create, it wasn't like a relationship building
Mm-mm.
thing? Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm pretty toxic. No. What's the weirdest smell you've ever smelled?
Weirdest smell. I don't know. I'm bothered by a lot of smells. Like even good smelling smells typically give me a headache. So like if you have great perfume, I don't like it. I hate it. It's gonna give me a migraine. So and I don't like the smell of rain. I think that's a stupid smell
Okay.
to like.
Oh my God! Now I guess we're airing out our problems.
It's healthy. Yeah, so the smell of rain is bad. It smells like wet and dirty because it touches the dirty ground. So I don't like rain smell. Rain smells the worst.
Okay. I guess this is your last time on this
Yeah,
show.
I
Okay.
know. It happens.
What kind of secret society would you like to start?
Ooh. I would like to make a secret society of people. Oh, okay. So, of people who prefer to read books in sort of a sandwich fashion, where you start at the beginning, you read a little bit, and then you skip to the end, like the back half of the sandwich, to make sure that things are gonna work out the way that you want, and then you return for the middle of the sandwich once you've like.
Is this how you read?
I do, and it's a recent development. I blame it on the pandemic and like a very low tolerance for the unknown. So that's how I take in all of my media now. I'm really obnoxious about it. I read the Wikipedia summary of like a movie of like, all right, am I going to like this? And I read it. Sometimes I'll squint so I don't ruin everything, but I get the gist of like, are the characters gonna live?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be happy? And then I will go back and enjoy the movie. If I don't, I've tried not to, but if I don't spoil it for myself, I no longer enjoy things. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So a secret society of just ruining things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just ruining things. Okay. If animals could talk, which one would be the rudest?
Rudest animal. I mean, guinea pig. We have guinea pigs, and our guinea pigs can't talk per se, but they make 12 different types of sounds, and they all sound like squeaking, but there are nuances apparently, and so they'll squeak in a certain way if they're hungry, they'll squeak in a certain way if they're horny, they'll squeak in a way if they're like excited. So they have learned that if we walk across their room, they just like screech really loudly at us. And instead of ignoring that behavior and like shaping it to be like, I'm gonna ignore you when you're screaming at me, I always give them a treat and tell them that they're good boys. So now they always scream at us. So I think guinea pigs would be pretty rude because they would just scream.
They would just
with words.
scream.
They would scream with words.
But they make that cute noise when they're happy, and they like jump weird. Looks like
I think that's a myth. Unless our guinea pigs just aren't happy. They do not. They like, maybe they're not happy. I
they're
try
like
to make
the
them
cutest
happy.
rodents ever, but you're like, nah, they're depressed.
They're just depressed guinea
they're
pigs, I
goth.
guess. I don't know. They're too angsty. They have a lot on their mind. They don't have time to like. I think it's called popcorning when
Yeah.
they jump. Like I don't know. I've never
well,
seen
you
it.
knew what it was called.
I knew it, but I think it's because I keep waiting. I wait and hope for them to popcorn.
Okay,
Maybe
last
someday.
one. How do you feel about pineapple on pizza?
It's great
Thank you.
because it's like it's like texturally really pleasant. It comes in like it just like brightens up your pizza. It's like you've got some like red pinks and oranges, and it's just really good. I think I'm not normally like a sweet and salty combo person.
Yeah.
It took me a really long time to acknowledge that salted caramel is a good like flavor. I really dug my heels in on that one for like a decade because I thought it was not okay for those for salt and caramel. But anyway, yeah, pepperoni
You're
or no,
for it.
not pepperoni. We're not talking about that. That's good too. But pineapple is delicious, and
Good.
everybody should eat it on pizza.
Good. You have redeemed yourself from the rain smell.
Thank you.
With that answer. Everybody give it up for M. Clemens. Awesome. All right, your next comic coming to the stage. Give it up for Willie Travis. Whee!
Arigato, Emma. So I'm sitting down because I'm black, and who's gonna stop me? Yeah. So, any questions? No? All right, man. So, never heard of them. It's, last time to ask a black person something is no. Okay. Remember when I was younger, I lived with my aunt for a little bit up in New Jersey, and it was her and I, and my cousin. It's about 8 years my senior, and you know, my aunt worked in the casinos a lot, and so she was, you know, not home for most of the time, so it'd be us two. You know, she was cool. She would let me play Nintendo, right? Super Mario Brothers 3. It was around that age. I'm showing my age here. You know, she was really, I don't know, critical of me. You know, I guess she wanted to make sure that I was raised right. All right. We would always go on these walks. You know, I'm thinking these walks are, you know, for sunshine and exercise, you know, because I was a chubby kid. These walks were her taking me around to beat up white kids around the neighborhood. And, you know, I didn't do it, of course. But, you know, could you imagine if I beat those white kids up? I mean, just really, you know what I'm saying? Would I be who I am today? You know, I don't know, Corey. I don't. You know, what could I be? I could, you know, I could be excelling right now if I fuck those white kids up. Hey, look, all right, things happen. Things happen. You know, little white kids get beat up. It would have been very possible. I was like a 5'10" third grader, so, you know, I could have done it. I don't know, man. I don't know if you guys know, but when you're the black sheep of a black family, it makes you the white person. You know, I don't make the rules. That's just how that is. You know I look like I went off. I was the first one in my family to go off and trust white people. Got to stop making assumptions, people. Hit me.
Talk about your MySpace page. Like, walk us through it, because I'm sure you had a MySpace, and I feel like yours was a delight.
It was great. So my final MySpace page. So I was just watching Death Note, right?
Oh man, I love where this is going.
So I had this like picture of Ryuk in the back, and he's holding like the little, you know, like he's in prison or some shit. You know, you're a demon. You're not in prison. But you know, that was my background, and yeah, man, my top 8, right? Yeah. You know, my cousin was on there. My ex-girlfriend, you know, the girl who ignored me. It was a good time.
Did you have a song that would play on your page?
You know what? I think because towards the end there was like a player, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was, I think then towards the end, like my first song would be this song by, I think they were a MySpace band called the Doo-Doo Stains.
Oh wow!
And I thought they were really good.
What kind of music were the Doo-Doo Stains?
It was, you know, super obscure, like hip hop rock, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rad.
It was
Neat.
abstract, I guess is the word
That's
I was
tight.
looking for.
That's tight.
Like my MySpace page.
Talk about your favorite Halloween memory.
I just thought of a church one for some reason, but that one was very bad. As in not fun, you know. There wasn't any groping in church going on. I'm sorry.
How about this? We'll rephrase it. What was your favorite costume as a kid?
My favorite costume? I can't tell you, man.
Really?
You know,
You don't have one that just comes to mind where you're like, I knocked it out of the park with that one?
No. You know, it was probably because it's very dangerous.
Oh.
So, you know, she would just buy us bags of candy, be all like, here, have at it.
Wow, this is a sad episode.
Yo. Thanks for the e-bite.
Talk about ghosts.
Ghosts. Who's that? Patrick Swayze and Whoopi.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Well, that one was singular. That one wasn't plural. That was just Ghost.
That was Ghosts.
Yeah.
That was Casper.
Yeah.
Remember Casper?
I remember Casper.
Yeah. Remember Christina Ricci?
Yeah.
Ricky?
Richie.
I'm
you
sorry.
had it right the first time.
I'm nowhere near what you just. What was the question?
I want to hear you talk about ghosts.
Ghosts.
Are they real?
I watched a lot of Unsolved Mysteries. I don't know if you guys like that.
Does that go into the paranormal? I didn't think that showed really. I've never
kinda,
really watched much of it. But.
Sort of. I mean, yeah. No.
Oh.
No. Maybe they don't. There's like spirits and shit. I think.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
But you were saying you watch a lot of that. Has that led you to any kind of opinion about the afterlife in a sort of supernatural sense?
I've been pondering mortality lately.
Have you?
And
have you now?
You know, that's all I got to say about that.
Jesus Christ. Let's see here.
Give me something good, man.
Give me something good. Talk about joining the military.
What? I thought about it like twice.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like that's how down bad I was, right? Because either it's in the family or you're just a fuck up.
Yeah.
I would have joined the Air Force. I think couldn't lose enough weight for that, so but I wasn't disciplined enough to lose enough weight. So the Army would have been where I went. This one guy got me in the office too, and he was licking
you went that
his
far
chops.
into it. Okay.
Yeah. This guy was horny for my sign up.
He needed his quota to be
hit.
hit.
Bring it right here. And yeah, man, I was all like, this is not what I want to do. I was in Atlanta. I moved in with my sister. I had just got fired from GameStop. So, that was a brand new love.
I didn't know you were fired from GameStop. I knew you worked there for many years, right?
Yeah. I mean,
how'd you get fired?
I mean, I left GameStop.
Unless you don't want to talk about it.
No,
if
no.
There's,
this is fine.
a current legal battle or anything.
I've made peace. With those punk ass bitches. So it was like a store-wide thing.
Gotcha.
I wasn't included, but I was the assistant manager, and so I was the head honcho. But it fell under my watch, and like we had one guy out of like maybe 7 employees, I think. One guy was putting the discs. He would take them from the back drawers and put them into like the game cases on the floor, and his buddy would come in and snag them. And this probably went on for like, I don't know, like maybe 4 months.
Oh, wow.
And eventually Loss Prevention got involved, and they just shut down house. And that was probably the best thing that had ever happened to me, because that job was very bad.
Yeah.
Very, very
And you were
bad.
stuck.
I was.
Yeah.
But the benefits are tight though.
All right, last one. What's your go-to karaoke jam?
Go-to karaoke. Let me see. Hopefully this one's funnier than whatever we've been talking about.
Hey, that's the show sometimes, okay? Sometimes it's just a conversation because I need to talk to people.
Yeah, you know what? I like talking to you,
I
Corey.
love talking to you, Willie.
No. Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be funny, Stream.
No funny business. No. What was the question? I'm sorry.
You're like
high.
go-to karaoke jam.
Probably Sex and Candy, man.
Yeah?
I think that's my Marcy jam.
Yeah. Is there anything about that song that just speaks to you?
You know what? It has to be the candy. I love
Not so much the sex.
Candy.
It's more about the candy.
I love it. Can't get enough of this stuff.
Willie Travis, everybody.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Keep that going for your headliner and co-host, Emma Haney.
Keep it going, you guys, for all the comics. And Maddie left. And she had what a dork. Have you guys been watching that new Game of Thrones show? Yeah? Do you like it? It's different. Does it have you looking at your uncle different? No spoilers, you guys. But I asked my uncle, I'm like, you ready to make the family strong? No. Oh, I just got back from I got back from Humboldt today. I did a comedy festival over the weekend. Don't clap for that. It was fun, but I'm super tired. Do you want to just riff or should I tell a joke? I'll tell a new joke. Can I tell a newer joke that I'm working on? Okay. So I just got a promotion at my day job. Thank you. Yes. You guys don't have to give it up hard for that. So I work at FedEx. I was a courier for 13 years, full-time delivery driver, and now I am an operations manager. Woo, pew, pew. All right, cool. It's cool though, but I worked with FedEx for like 13 years. I was at the same station, and I had to transfer to a different one for this new job. And I am at that station. I am the first feminine presenting manager that they've ever had at that station. I say feminine presenting because I identify as non-binary, which I did not tell anyone there because the women would not shut the fuck up about it that I was there. They were so excited. They're just like, finally, we have like representation and we got one of us in there. And I'm just like, well, you know, gender's a social construct. But yeah, we'll take the W. We'll take it. It's fine. I've been there like 3 months now, and it's okay. Like my second week I was there, our office got audited. Has anybody in here ever sat through an audit? They're terrible and they're stressful. Unless you've only been there for a week and your name's not on shit, it's great. They're just moseying around the office. They're like, excuse me, do you know where the payroll tickets are? And I'm just like, whoa, check please. All right, let's riff. Let's riff.
What's something that you're a snob about?
I'm a snob about ranch dressing.
Oh.
I
okay,
am.
Like brand loyalty?
No brand. It's a homemade
Okay,
ranch
it's
is the
gotta
best
be-
ranch.
it's
It's
gotta
got to
be
be
made.
house-made
Okay,
ranch.
gotcha.
But I am like, I know where like all the best ranch in town is and what not to fuck with. You know what I mean? Like you get the weird ranch that's like, this is a dill dip. It's not ranch. It's not, you know what I mean?
We know exactly what you mean.
I know exactly what I mean too. I'm going to say Wingstop has the best ranch.
Yeah.
It's delicious. And you can buy it in like a big 8 ounce thing. I just go there on my off time and buy ranch. Eat it. Drink it.
Drink it, yeah.
Freeze it. Pop it, shake it, rock it. On the rocks, yeah.
Shot it back.
Rail it.
What's a lesson that you learned the hard way?
You asked me this
Oh,
the
have
last
I?
time.
I'm sorry.
You did. Because I struggled with it. And
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
did?
I don't like these deep questions.
Okay.
Just ask me chunky or smooth. Smooth.
It's smooth all the way for you,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm a chunky guy.
Mm.
I feel like I don't know. It's
Let's not
it's
hash
hardier.
let's not
It's
hash this
hardier.
out here because I don't trust a chunky chunky lover. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
I love
Did we talk about mud wrestling last time?
no.
Then talk about mud wrestling.
I mean, I've never been in the vicinity of mud wrestling. I don't think
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
No, that's a lie. I have been. So this comedy festival I just went to, I've been going for like the past 8 years. And it's kind of funny. And I was thinking about it on my way up there. Because like this year I had like my own Airbnb. Like I bought it myself. I was staying alone. I had money. When I first started going to this festival, I was sleeping in a tent in someone's backyard. The next year I slept in someone's garage. Like I've just like gradually like made my way. I'm like,
Moving
yeah, I'm
on
the
up.
king of the festival now. I've got a room and a bath. But the first year I stayed there, I stayed in the backyard. And this was like my like early to mid 20s. So we were more wild back then. And people were doing this thing where they would take Molly and mushrooms at the same time. And I didn't do it. You guys, I didn't do it. Stream. I did it. But one of the nights we were there, they thought it would be funny to turn all the sprinklers on and like make a mud pit and they weren't wrestling as much as they were just kind of like hippie dancing in it, which I guess is like the Humboldt wrestling. I don't know. It was kind of funny. I guess you had to be there. I don't know.
I guess so. I'm gonna give you a Willie question here
A
because
what?
I really want to hear your take on this. Talk about your MySpace page.
Oh my God, my MySpace page.
Walk us through it.
What do you want to hear? My top 6?
Give us
because that
everything
started
about-
fucking fights.
Yes, of
I
course it
was
did.
like weird with my top 6. I
Yeah,
would do
we
it to
all
just
were.
be like shitty.
Oh yeah.
If like someone like pissed me off, I'd be like, well, this person was number 2 and now they're number 6. And then they would text and be like, why did you move me?
Mm-hmm.
But I think my MySpace page, what did I have? I had, so you could have music playing on it, right? Which was fucking sick. I had Steely Dan's Dirty Work.
Hell yeah. Of course you did.
I did.
Oh my
I
God.
did. Look at my sandals and socks. Of course, I was listening to Steely Dan. That's actually, I think that's on my Facebook page now because you can just put like music on there and I think it's the same song. And then I had a picture of, what was my background? I think it was Third Rock from the Sun, but like tiled.
Yeah.
So it was like too
Because you
much
weren't-
John Lithgow.
You weren't
Yeah.
that good at HTML. You were good enough to put something
I
on
was good
there.
enough to
but-
put the code in,
Yeah.
but then it would just like checker it, and I was like, "It's a great show." So maybe just people need to. Did anybody ever watch Third Rock?
Oh,
from
I
the
loved
Sun?
it. It was fantastic.
such a
it's
great show.
a master class of comedy.
It's
too.
like-
it is.
It's
yeah.
such a good premise.
Yeah.
I think I talked about Third Rock the last time
I feel like
did
maybe
this
we
show.
did, but it happened organically.
It did, as it is now. Comedy, am I right? I love that
yeah,
show. It was so
absolutely.
good.
You know what blew my mind was when I put together that their names are Tom, Dick, and Harry. I was
yeah.
like, you
And
got to be kidding
Sally.
me. And Sally. Yeah,
It's
come
like
on.
the
Yeah.
most basic fucking
Uh-huh.
aliens.
Brilliant.
They don't know.
They don't know any better. Let's see.
Hard hitting.
Yeah.
Ghosts.
Say something nice about the DMV.
No.
Do it. Do
I
it. It's a
refuse.
challenge.
The DMV, so I never have issues at the DMV because I make appointments to go to the DMV. Does anybody else make appointments? Right? Kudos to you guys. Because people are like, you'll wait so long. I'm like, if you make an appointment, you're in and out within like 30 minutes or less. Like, it's not bad. And I always try and like make friends with the counter people. Because they have like the shittiest
yeah.
jobs. So I like to like joke with them. Like, when I had to do for FedEx, you have to be DOT, there's like certain physical things you have to do. So I would like have to take a hearing test, and she's like, okay, we're gonna test your hearing, and I'm like, eh? And she's like, ha ha ha, just let's go.
Let's just chat about the weekend you had. What was the highlight of Savage Henry?
Oh God. Okay. The highlight this year, so I've gone for 8 years. This is the first year I've done every show I was booked on.
Oh.
Because sometimes I'll get too drunk or like too whatever else you do up in the hills. And I'll just be like, I'm going to skip this show. But I did all my shows this year and I was like, I broke tradition. And it was cool. I don't know, like, this is the first year because I just turned 35 this year, and I'm not old by any means, but I'm starting to just feel old by like the people that are around me. I heard someone call because they make hot dogs for the wiffle. They do like a wiffle ball game every year, and they make hot dogs, and some kid comes up and like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get me some glizzies," and I was like, "What the fuck is a glizzy?" Like I had no idea what that was. And they were just like, yo, glizzies, like hot dogs. It's like a nickname. And I was like, I never thought, like, out of all of my years on Earth, from being born to dying, that hot dogs would ever get a nickname.
They already
that's
have
weird to
nicknames,
me.
too. They're dogs. They're wieners. Did we need another name for a perfect
And glizzies.
thing?
I'm like, because they're glistening? I don't know, dude.
It's
it
a
just
stretch.
confused me. I was like, I don't like this.
Kids these days, I
And
swear
then,
to God.
yeah, so I just felt old with like being around younger comics, and then I didn't want to stay out and party every night. I'm like, dude, I'm down for like smoking a jazz cigarette and like having a couple beers, but then I'm gonna watch the Jeffrey Dahmer. That's all I did. Like I'd stay out till midnight, and then I'd go back to my Airbnb, and I'm like, this guy is fucked up, and I was just watching the Dahmer shit. Oof.
Yeesh.
I went to a bathhouse. That was let's see, and I
Yeah.
say bathhouse, but it's not like a Jeffrey Dahmer bathhouse where it's like
It's
shady.
not Turkish.
It's yeah. It was a Finnish. That's what it says on
Oh,
the thing, and they make really good hot chocolate.
Oh man.
It was good.
That sounds great.
Being
Emma-
alone. Was
Emma
my
Haney,
favorite
everybody.
thing. All right, you guys. Thank you for coming out to Warm Takes. Thank you, sir, for coming out. We do this show every second Saturday, Sunday. We just switched it, and I'm lit still. But thank you guys for coming out. Willie also hosts a show here. It's called Willie Listen, and we're always
Michelle
streaming
hosts
stuff.
a
Michelle
show.
hosts a show called Scene Kids. Very, very good. Okay, but you're talking.
But
No.
you're there.
So you want the accolades of your show. Okay, no, okay, yeah. But thank you guys for coming out. We really appreciate you coming out and performing, and have a good night.
Thank you, everybody. That is it for us for the evening. But check out the full calendar of events at stabcomedytheater.com. We stream live improv, stand-up, sketch podcast on Gaming Stream 6 nights a week. And we're here in person Thursdays through Sundays. Online audience, let's send you somewhere. Who's doing things? How about... we sent you guys to... No, we've tried the last 3 days. Let's send you to Booty Mashup. They're still at TwitchCon. Enjoy them. Let's see if it works tonight. And we'll see you back here tomorrow for Happy Time Arcade, 6 p.m. Have a good night.
as we skate. It's getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so you might as well swim. My world's on fire, how about yours? That's the way I like it, 'cause I never get bored. Dream of Californication. Oh, dream of Californication. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. Can't stop, addicted to the shindig. Trap top, he says I'm gonna win big. Choose not a life of imitation. Distant cousin to the reservation. Defunk the pistol that you pay for. This punk feeling that you stay for. In time, I want to be your best friend. Eastside lovers living on the West End.